Welcome Aries, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs to your reading for the month of April. Now I'm going to be letting you know where the planets are at the moment and how they may be affecting you over this month. I've pre-selected some cards for you just to give you a bit of a boosted reading here and some extra messages for the month of April. Now we have got Mercury in retrograde currently. It will station on the 7th of April and then it will start to move forward again on the 9th of April. Now I wouldn't advise making any decisions. You may have some certain ideas that you're thinking about or reevaluating certain things. I wouldn't go forward with any of these until the 9th when it moves direct again, just to make sure you've got a nice clear image or a nice clear picture and a bit more momentum coming in with that forward motion of Mercury. Now Libra will also be in retrograde over April. It will go station on the 13th of April and it will move into a forward motion on the 15th of April. So this will involve things around finding balance and harmony in your life, that work-life balance, that energy of, and of course we're looking at your second house because this is taking place in your second house if you are an ascendant Aries, and this will be indicating areas of resources, how you make your money, your confidence and your skills. So you could be reevaluating these things. You could be reevaluating a bit of balance between relationships and your resources, or your ability to make money, your confidence level within relationships could be all playing out here over this time. Don't do anything too drastic though until after the 15th when it comes to relationships, when the planet will be moving forward again, which is the planet of love, moving forward once again. Now I'm looking at your sign Aries. It's quite active early on in the month. We've got the sun there. We are still in Aries season and it is sitting in conjunction with Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. It is encouraging you to work through any past traumas, past programming, past issues and turn them around to start teaching others with those. Now we're moving into the middle of the month. I'm going to move my chart forward so I can read what's going on here, and I'm going to read around about the 13th of April because it's quite intense energies around the 13th of April. We have got a new moon. The full moon will be in Libra on the 13th as it forms its opposition with Aries. So it's going to be sitting over there, that full moon is going to be sitting across from you in your relationship house. Now this can bring a level of emotional sensitivity, emotional balance, because of course it's Libra and the moon brings in the emotions here. So I would say with that sun in conjunct in your sign with Chiron, it will also be squaring Mars in Cancer at this time. Mars is quite forceful energy. It can be competitive, it can be conflicting energy, and it will be sitting in Cancer. So this energy may feel like to you that you want to go and hide in your shell. You may want to retreat from the overwhelming energies here, or it's just encouraging you to be nurturing and kind to yourself at this time. Protect your feelings here, as we have that Mars energy in Cancer will be forming a squaring energy to the moon in Libra at also that will be 23 degrees, as that is sitting in opposition to the sun and Chiron in your sign. So you'll be heavily affected by this energy over this time. So be kind and gentle to yourself, be kind and gentle to within relationships here as you struggle to find that balance and harmony. We have got Mars entering in Leo on the 19th of April. Now this energy is fire energy. Mars will be comfortable here sitting in this fire energy of Leo, and Leo wants to find itself and be able to shine, but Mars will give it that extra added boost of intensity and energy to find itself, to find yourself here. And of course this is sitting in the trining your energy. So when it sits in Leo, it's trining your energy. It's here to help you. So Mars, your ruler, will be in one of its comfortable signs of fire energy of Leo, helping you try and find yourself, to light up your soul and what fuels you, what makes you feel good, what allows you to shine here. So the energies feel a little bit more suited to your energy here, Aries, towards the 19th 17th, 18th, 19th of April. So this will be good energy for you around that time. Now Mercury will move into Aries, into your sign on the 17th of April. This could bring in a whole bunch of new ideas, new thinking for you. And because we've got this also trining by the Mars in Leo, it could bring that depth of action as well. So these, you wanting to move forward with these brilliant new ideas that you're having over this time. Now there will be a conjunction with Neptune at this time as well, as it sits in your sign. So Neptune now, as of end of March, has moved into your sign, Aries. So this is a big deal. The energy of Neptune is about flowing with the universe, going with the flow. It's about your dream state, your intuition, your just being able to dissolve things that no longer work for you. Now it could feel a little bit impulsive with the way you want to dissolve certain situations in your life that are no longer working for you. You may get this sudden urge to think, okay, this is no longer suitable for me. I'm just going to cut this cold and move on to something else. For some of you, it may be encouraging you just to go a little slower and move with the flow of the universe, because the energy of Neptune is much slower, where your energy is of quite fast, intense, impulsive energy. So this energy could be really just slowing you down here as well. It could be asking you to be more in line with the universe and the flow of the universe. It could actually start to slow you down just a little bit here. It's going to be here for some time. Now it is water, Neptune of course, and your fire. So there's a little bit of opposites to bring into balance and harmony at this time. So that Mercury in Aries on the 17th of April will be conjuncting Neptune. So Mercury is going to bring in lots of new ideas, lots of questioning, social media, marketing and sales here. But conjunct with Neptune, it will be wanting you to maybe make a change to your social media. You may want to clean up your social media, make changes and let go of people that no longer suit you or suit your current needs. Now we also have going on here, the Sun will be conjunct Chiron, of course, and it's squaring Mars in Cancer, asking you to be kind to yourself over this time. So quite intense energies here. Now then we move further on into the end of the month, when we come into more comfortable energies, as we find a slowing down again. Once again, we're slowing your beautiful energies down, Aries. Now you'll have lots of brain activity with that Mercury sitting in your first house. Lots of ideas, lots of inspiration, lots of communication, lots of sales and marketing and social media at this time. So this is quite heightened energy for you. It's quite impulsive energy around the ideas. But then when we move into the new moon in Taurus, that's a time when it's a great idea to work out what is going to be best for you over the month ahead. Make your plans and goals. Now, being that it's in Taurus, it's saying make these goals around what feels comfortable to you, what brings you enjoyment, what brings you pleasure, what brings you simple pleasures and joys in your life. It's about being comfortable, being in your comfort zone, and really making some goals to think how can you really enjoy and get some sensual pleasure out of your life, and bring this into your reality with your goals on the new moon on the 28th, as it will be in a conjunction with the Sun at that time, but also with the Chiron energy, wanting you to heal any past wounds or programming there. Now with the cards on the table that I have for you, Aries, we've got willpower, of course, and power struggles. I feel this energy will be most intense middle of the month, as I said, between the 13th and 15th, when we've got that intense placement of the squaring energy of Libra in opposition to you. So we've got the moon will be as I move my chart back so I can have a look at the exact placements here. So around about the 13th, we'll have that moon opposition to you. That's your emotions in your house of relationships, forming a squaring energy to Mars in Cancer. This Cancer, of course, is about protection and nurturing of your feelings, as we have the feeling energy of the moon. So this will be a most intense energy of the month, will be in the middle of the month. So be kind to yourself at this time. Beginning of the month is when you're going to, once we get through those retrogrades of Mercury, that's when we're going to be making some informed decisions here and really moving forward with these ideas that you're having. So from the 9th until the 13th is a great time of action. Then we have this time of intensity in the middle of the month where you need to be kind to yourself, be kind and fair and balanced within relationships. And then we moved into a time at the end of the month where we'll have the sun in Taurus on the 20th of April as we move into Taurus season. And it's a time of really focusing on self-pleasures, sensuality, and a time of finding contentment and really being at peace with your life here, and that's what we'll be focusing towards the end of the month. Now back to reality, the 7th of Cups in the reverse. The 7 of Cups is saying that that dream state, I feel, as we move into Neptune moving into your first house, may feel like you're in and out of reality a little bit. It's quite a different energy for you, Aries, at this time, because the energy of Neptune is very different to the energy that you're used to. You will get used to it. It's going to be here for some time, but it may feel like you move into and really getting a good view of what is real and being able to discern between illusion and truth at this time, and things that you've been involved in the past, and really being brought into light what has been illusion, or even changing your ideas on some of your belief situations at this time, or your belief systems at this time. 20th, we have number 20, the Judgment in reverse, talking about doubt. I do feel this relates to the energy of your second house, when we have that energy active stellium happening in Pisces, your second house. That is the retrograde of Mercury and the retrograde of Venus, as well as sitting next to the North Node and the Saturn. This energy is going to bring a little bit of doubt in your judgment, doubt in your feeling of your confidence levels here. I feel this will take place up until about the 9th of April, and then things will start to work themselves out a little bit better. Now we have willpower. As I said, the power struggles may take place around about the 13th, 14th and 15th as you struggle to bring harmony and balance into your relationships at this time, with the intensity of the Mars in Cancer forming a squaring position to your sign, as well as the moon in Libra, and Libra is trying to find that emotional depth and that emotional balance in the relationships as well. Now here we're looking at manipulation and working out where you've been manipulated within relationships. I feel beautiful, abundant energy coming your way though, and this energy feels very much like that Taurus energy. It's a Queen energy, it's the Pentacles. Of course, that's the Earth suit, just like that Taurus energy towards the end of the month. So from the 20th, we're moving into this abundance energy, this contentment, this finding simple pleasures in life at this time. Nest change, home or family, indicates there may be a time of thinking about changing your home, changing your comfort zone, being wanting to hide away within your home over the middle of the month, hide away within your shell at this time. There may be some changes within the relationships that's taking place around the middle of the month there as well, with these the squaring energy and the opposition energy of the moon and the Mars to your sign, Aries. So this energy could be a little bit intense, and it could be causing a little bit of nesting changes. That's to home or family. It could mean that you're thinking about moving out of your home, making renovations, changing your furniture around, throwing things away here. This could all be taking place over the month of April for you, Aries. So Aries, that was quite a long one. I hope you make sense of this reading. I hope that it helps you and finds comfort for you, and helps you work out when's the best time to get things done over the month of April. I will see you again next month. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs to your astrology reading for the month of April. Now I'm going to be going through and letting you know what the planets are doing at the moment and which ones may be affecting you most over the month of April. I'll also be pulling cards for you, which I've pre-selected, and we'll be letting you give you a bit more extra messages for the month of April. There is a lot of activity in April, and I'll let you know which will be affecting you most at this time. First of all, we have Mercury in retrograde currently as of up until the 7th of April. It will then station until the 9th of April, and then it will move forward. So this is a time where you've been in quiet contemplation, reevaluation, thought and rethinking about different values or different ideas that you have. Now it is a time, it suggests that maybe don't make any impulsive moves, don't make any decisions to move forward on some of these ideas until after the 9th, when Mercury moves forward again. Now also we have Venus also in retrograde until the 13th of April. It'll station until the 15th of April, and then it will move direct on the 15th. So again, this affects your love. It affects, because it's a planet of love, of course, and then it also affects balance and harmony, luxury, money can also be an indication here. Now this is your ruler, so Taurus, this is your ruler, so this does affect you, and it's sitting over there in Pisces. Pisces is about going with the flow and being a little bit more spiritually minded at this time, bringing a little bit more balance into mind and body, or spirit and body, so your soul's endeavors as well as your physical endeavors here, given that you're an earth sign, and we have your ruler sitting over there in Pisces, which is a water sign. So maybe even bringing into balance and harmony your emotions with your physical body, or your spirituality, given that it's sitting in Pisces. So this could be affecting you over the month of April. We then have, but it will be moving forward on the 15th. So you may find it may ease off a little bit at that time. Full moon will be in Libra on the 13th, as it forms its opposition with Aries here. So on the 13th it will be in Libra, encouraging you at this time to be in harmony with everything around you, especially when it comes to your spiritual presence or your action versus your ideas. So Taurus, we've got it on the cards for you. It's all about inspiration of fire energy is very important to you. So is the Mars energy with the stamina and physical energy. We have the Wands energy in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse. We'll have the ability to get some things completed. Again, that feels like a very fire energy. We've got down the bottom also another Wands, two lots of Wands, Ace of Wands in your reading. So this is indicating to really take advantage of the fire energy that's taking place at the moment. So we currently have the Sun sitting in Aries, which of course is a fire sign. We also have Mercury sitting there, as well as Neptune has just moved into Aries. So all of this energy, Neptune of course is go with the flow, and also to dissolve things that no longer work for you. This could happen quite impulsively. I feel quite heavy fire energy for you, Taurus, even though you're definitely not a Taurus, you're opposite energy to the fire. But of course I'm seeing by the cards that there's telling you to take advantage of this fire energy, take advantage of the extra stamina or energy that it's going to bring to really move forward and get jobs completed at this time, or this beautiful inspirational energy that could be coming into play at this time. So it's quite intense. We've moved through to the middle here. Let me move back to the start of the month. We've got that Sun, of course, and we have the Neptune energy. We also have Mars will be moving into a fire sign, Leo. I'll let you know when that is as I move through the chart on the 19th of April. This is when energy is going to really pick up for you, that stamina energy. Now we are moving into Taurus season, of course, the following day on the 20th. So this is really going to be the best time of the month for you, that 19th, 20th, as we move into the energies where the Sun is in your sign, in your first house, highlighting and really allowing you to look at what makes you shine in the world, what makes you feel good. This energy of Mars in Leo is about you shining in the world, giving you that extra energy and stamina. The Sun sitting in your first house illuminates your identity, illuminates your personality. It illuminates who you really are and what fuels your soul at this time. So this energy is going to be really, really great for you around about the 19th and 20th of April. So make the most of this inspirational energy that's coming in for you. It's saying, do it now, don't wait. It's a time to really get in control of your life at this time. Take advantage of this beautiful fire energy as we have the Mars sitting in Leo from the 19th and all this heavy fire energy up till the 19th where the Sun is, and then it moves into your first house on the 20th. So other things that are taking place is Mercury will be sitting in Aries. Again, Mercury is sitting in a fire sign. So lots of thoughts and inspirational ideas coming into your life. Now for you, this is going to be taking place in Aries, which of course is going to be your first house. Sorry, it's going to be your second house. Second house is where your confidence is, your skills, your resources, and how you make money. So you might be getting some great new ideas about how to make money, how to really do what it is that find balance in your love of what you do and what you enjoy against what brings in money for you here. Be aware of being in the reverse position here with the King of Wands. It's sitting in its negative traits of the Wands, so therefore it could be a little bit too impulsive, a little bit perhaps too arrogant. The energy could be a little bit too intense for you at this time. So really just it's saying it's really quite impulsive energy. It's saying do it now, get these things completed, take action on these brilliant new ideas and the inspiration that's coming to you. Get your power back, take this time to get in control of your life at this time. So these are going to be the energies that affect you the most at this time. Now we do have the new moon moving into your first house on the 28th of April as it forms its conjunction to the sun at this time. It's a brilliant new time to sit down and make your goals on the 28th for the month ahead, for the next 30 days, and what's going to be coming up for you, what brings joy and harmony, what brings balance and peace and pleasure into your life. Really focus on what makes you content, what makes you feel like you're in your comfort zone, and really just relaxing these goals towards the end of the month around the time of the new moon. So really being able to relax into this beautiful energy. So really quite before that, it's impulsive. Get everything done, do it now, get all these, make the most of this beautiful fire inspirational energy that's coming in around you. As when the new moon comes into your sign on the 28th, it softens a little and it becomes more about finding contentment, finding your comfort zone at this time. So I hope that you find peace and inspiration in this message, Taurus. I will see you again next month. Welcome Gemini, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs. I'm going to be reading the chart for you for the month of April and letting you know which planets may be affecting you most over the month of April, as well as doing a tarot and oracle reading for you for the month ahead. Now I'm starting from the 7th of April as we have Mercury in retrograde. It will station on the 7th and then it will go in moving forward on the 9th. So you may have some really good ideas. It may be a time of self-reflection, a time of reevaluation of certain ideas that you've had in the past, as we have this past card on the table for you. Setting up foundations, thinking about the best way to move forward. Try not to move forward with any of these ideas until the 9th of April when Mercury starts to move forward again. Now Mercury is important to you because of course it is your ruler, so the energy is going to affect you quite strongly over this time. Now it doesn't, just because Mercury is in retrograde doesn't mean that it's going to affect you in a negative way. I'm also Gemini and I quite like Mercury going into retrograde. I don't mind the ideas and the thinking about the situations and reevaluating my life. So I don't mind and I don't fear Mercury retrograde. So it's just a time of relaxation, I think, especially when you're a busy minded Gemini, lots of ideas always coming in. It feels like a little bit of a rest or a little bit of a break for you, a time just to really, you can see with the eyes closed on this card here, I'm feeling that it's a time of really just going within, time of self-evaluation, time to really quieten the mind here and focus on really getting into trance states or states of relaxation and calm, so you can get a better handle on all the busyness of the ideas that's normally in your mind, Gemini. So you can take advantage of that. Now we also have Libra is also in retrograde. It will station on the 13th of April and move forward again in a forward motion on the 15th of April. Now this will affect relationships, love, harmony, balance. It could bring into, and it's all taking place in Pisces energy, and Pisces for you, Gemini, is going to be your 4th house, which of course this one here is 4th house energy. 4th house represents your family, your home, and these things could be ideas about getting new appliances or throwing things away, refurnishing or changing the color scheme in your home. So this is the things, ideas that could be going on in your mind. It could be bigger than that. It could be changes to your house and family in a bigger way. Structural changes to your home, buying or selling could also be some of the things that are coming up around you at this time, or changes and going on within your family that could be a little bit intense for you given the cards on the table. So we have the full moon in Libra on the 13th. We'll be forming the opposition to Aries. Now the Libra energy of a full moon is beautiful, harmonious energy. It's energy of trying to find that emotional balance in your life, because of course we're talking about the moon, which means emotional stability, and we're trying to find balance here, harmony within relationships, within what work as we form this opposition of the sun with the moon. We're trying to find the balance between how we give to others and how we give to ourselves here. The energy of finding that perfect balance of ourselves versus our relationships at this time. Now I feel for you, we've got this manifestation and desire card. We've got the Magician and the Devil both in the upright position on the cards for you. Now Gemini, it's going to mean different things to different people, but I feel it's quite energy of you really coming into balance and harmony with your own personal power here, and really being aware of how your power affects other people, how your strong energy affects other people, and just being really careful that you're not over affecting people in a negative way here with the Devil in the upright position. The temptation could be strong for being a little selfish at this time, or it could be a time of really just focusing on really strengthening upping your powers at this time. But really be careful at this time about how far you take it or how it affects other people, given that we're going to have the new moon in Libra, the planet that represents balance with other people. Now the sun will move into Taurus on the 20th. We'll be in Taurus season. This is a nice calming energy. Taurus energy is very much about the comfort zone, finding pleasure in life, finding sensuality, enjoying what life has to offer. So it's a much slower pace than what you're used to, Gemini, as it moves into your neighboring sign there. But I feel the energy slowed down a little bit there. It may feel a little less fast paced than what you're used to, but I feel that you will adapt well with this little bit of break that's going on and well needed for you. I feel like the high energy boost that's coming your way, I will get onto that as we read the bottom cards here. Now we do feel this also following the sun moving into Taurus. It'll be followed on the 28th. The sun moves into Taurus on the 20th, followed by the moon on the 28th as it conjuncts the sun and forms a new moon in Taurus. This is the perfect time to make goals and plans for the month ahead, and the perfect time to think about what brings you pleasure in your life, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel like you're living your best life, feels like you're living a life that makes you feel it's perfect for you, it's in your comfort zone, it's what you want to do. Start to make goals around those kind of things. It's also an earth sign, so it's a sign that's willing to do the work as well, but work within your comfort zone here, I feel. Try not to feel too despair as the star is in reverse in your spread, and the Wheel of Fortune is also in reverse here. So try not to feel allow any negative thoughts to enter your mind at this time. Really try to raise your vibration here and think positive thoughts. Keep your energy high here and keep your thoughts thinking towards the future and moving forward. This energy feels a little bit slower than what you're used to, and it's going to be it's very important at this time to really just go with the flow here and enjoy this moment. We've got a lot of energy taking place. We've got a beautiful stellium happening in Pisces energy with the retrogrades, 2 retrogrades of Venus and Mercury taking place there. So this energy could feel like very much going with the flow. Could be boosts of energy coming in from the universe. It's really important at this time to celebrate your accomplishments, celebrate how far you've come, and because we're working with the past here and the past up here, it's saying celebrate how far you've come in the past, celebrate your achievements. It could be a time of actually thinking back. Now with this retrograde that's taking place until the 15th of April with the Venus. It's this is where the harmony is, the joy, the love, the balance, the luxury. It could be money related as well. It's thinking about the past, thinking about past opportunities that you have, thinking about your confidence and your skills and your resources. Lots of past memories could be coming back in. Maybe a little bit of nostalgia coming in for you, Gemini, around feeling like you're wanting to go back to the past. You're missing the way things were done in the past, the way the world used to be. A little bit of nostalgia there, so don't get too carried away in that energy. Remember, there's some beautiful things coming for the future as well. It's if you focus on the positive and the powerful energy for the future. Now I'm looking at the planets to see where they're sitting for you in April. Now there's quite strong stellium, which of course is Pisces, your 4th house. Lots of energy taking place around your home and your family in the month of April. We have a lot of inspirational energy up until the 13th of April, with the energy in Aries. And for you, Aries is going to be, of course, your 3rd house of communication. Lots of communication, lots of ideas, lots of thoughts, lots of social media over this time. And you can see my speech is starting to pick up a little bit to match the energy of you, Gemini, with your fast-paced ideas and thinking and speaking. So here, as we move through the other very busy energy here, we've got Mars moving into Leo. Leo, of course, for you, Gemini. So Mars moving into Leo, that's going to be your 11th house. It's new projects. It's working in the community. It's working in finding your vibe tribe. Your spiritual tribe here is also important. Mars gives you that bit of extra energy, the energy boost coming in. Now that takes place, I believe, if I move forward on my chart so I can take a look at that and tell you, I think it's the 19th. It is the 19th of April. Mars will move into Leo. So Mars is moving into a fire sign. This is going to bring you a big boost of energy from the 19th, and then we'll move into the sun will move into Taurus, and that will find comfort here. So I feel that energy will really just balance itself out, but it could be a little bit of nostalgic energy throughout that time. So thank you so much for joining me, Gemini. I hope that made sense, and I hope that brings you a beautiful month ahead, and I will see you again next month. Welcome, Cancer, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs. I'm going to be letting you know... Welcome, Cancer, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs. I'm going to be letting you know what the planets are doing in the month of April and which ones may be affecting you most over this time. I'll also be pulling the tarot and the oracle, which I've pre-selected for you, and giving you a bit more of a message out of this. Your reading, of course, is suitable for all Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs. When I talk about houses, I'm talking about the Ascendant Cancers. So first of all, we're starting with the beginning of the month, or early in the month. As of around today, we have Mercury was in retrograde, where you've been reevaluating your thinking, going within, being a little bit cautious with communications activity around computers, of course, as well, social media and things like that. It stations today on the 7th of April and moves forward in a direct motion on the 9th of April. This is when it's time to start really putting some ideas into motion at this time. Now, we also have Venus currently sitting in a retrograde. It will go into station on the 13th of April and move forward again on the 15th of April. And this, of course, it's the planet of love, so it affects your love life. It affects your balance and harmony. It can affect beauty, anything related to the beauty industry or how you feel about yourself. It can also affect your resources, your confidence, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your skills is really also important for you. So there's a lot of evaluation around that up until the 15th of April. I feel it's quite intense. Now, there could be a bit of illusionary thinking around this as well. The retrograde could be causing you to have feelings of not quite positive feelings around yourself and how you feel about yourself. So try not to be too hard on yourself at this time, Cancer. So we've got a little bit of energy going on around your signs too, Cancer. We've got some Mars energy going on in your houses. I move the chart back so I can take a look at earlier in the month. We've got Mars sitting in your energy. Now down the bottom, Mars's energy around do it now. It's energy around stamina and really being impulsive, getting it done now. It's fire energy. It's energy about giving you that extra boost. Now I do feel we've got that leap. It's saying don't hold back. This is energy of Mars sitting in your first house saying let's do this, let's get this done, let's give you the bit of extra energy boost. Now it is moving. It's going to be moving out of your sign, Cancer. So this quite intense energy that you've been feeling as Mars has been sitting in your first house will lighten up a little bit for you on the 19th of April as it moves into Leo, allowing you to really strategize and think a little bit more clearly rather than think before you leap. So it's about putting ideas and motions. Once we move through that retrograde, of course, of Mercury on the 9th, I feel then that's going to be really about putting a little thought in before we take action. So not just about that impulsiveness of Mars, that stamina, that strength, that determination, that willpower. Once it moves out on the 19th, it's going to be about being able to really think about things before you just jump. So that energy is going to kind of dissipate just a little bit of having to get things done straight away, or really feeling like you're missing out if you didn't start yesterday. So we've also got coming up as I move through, we've got the Mars energy. Now let me just zone in to your energy here, Cancer, and take a look at the moon, which is your ruler. Moon will be, of course, on the 13th is going to be in Libra. It's going to be a full moon. So here Libra's energy is about harmony and balance and love, relationships, beauty. It's about finding harmony. It's about with others and relationships around you, but also I feel about being diplomatic in the way that you speak here, protecting your heart, nurturing your heart as well. I'm feeling, because we've got your beautiful emotions here that is your ruler and your moon. So the moon, of course, is talking about your feelings and your emotions, and it's saying you need to be kind and gentle to yourself as it forms a squaring energy to the Mars sitting in your sign. So this energy could be a little bit intense around that time, and it's just saying that this time really just nurture your feelings, nurture yourself, be kinder to yourself in your self-thinking here as well, especially since we've got this energy on the table as well. Now it's wanting me also to bring in the energy of in the energy of Pisces for you, with the Pisces card on the table and the second house on the table. So I'm going to read both for you. So Pisces, of course, is your fifth house of finding creativity, finding enjoyment, finding balance. It's quite a big stellium that's playing out over the month of April in Pisces. So for you in your fifth house, you could be feeling a lot more creative, especially when we move through these retrogrades here and move into a forward motion. It could make you feel a lot more creative. The blocks will be removed, but the Saturn also sitting in the stellium is saying that you've got the power anyway to overcome any blocks that you've been having. You just need to work through them. So we've got quite really beautiful energy on the table for you, Cancer, at this time. Now I'm also feeling energy as I move through here. We've got this manifesting energy going on here with the Magician and optimism. So beautiful optimistic energy. I'm feeling like you're looking at the glass half full with this beautiful energy, and I feel quite strongly your energy feels quite nice and content as well. So we've got that fifth house energy going on for you. Now if I'm looking in at your second house, I'm looking at Leo. That's when we're moving. That Mars energy is moving on the 19th, going to be moving because we're looking at your second house, your resources, how you support yourself. This is going to become a more dominant feature in your life from after the 19th. You're going to be thinking more about your skills, your resources, your money, maybe more highlighted as that Mars energy really just intensifies, and really need to put some plans and strategies into place around your skills, your resources, how you make your money at this time after the 19th of April. So here we're looking at making leaps, doing more activity in your second house after the 19th. We've got the Tower in reverse. Tower in reverse is just saying perhaps avoiding a situation. I feel it's avoiding confrontation, where the energy of the confrontation with that Mars energy can be a little bit confrontational. We've got the Sun in Aries up until the 20th of April when it moves into Taurus, so then it becomes a lot calmer energy. So just be aware of confrontation around that time until the 20th of April, when it will just be a lot kinder and more about personal growth, more about contentment and finding your comfort zone. Now, as I said, there's quite intense energy around the 13th. We've got the Sun will be conjuncting Chiron, squaring Mars in your sign, so it will affect you quite intensely. But it's saying really at this time, it's time, as well as that Moon sitting over there in Libra in opposition to the Sun, but also squaring your energy, your first house, Cancer. So you'll have that really firing off coming from the Sun, coming from the Moon, but also Chiron in the mix, the wounded healer, taking a look at past wounds and programming as well, maybe coming up and coming into the forefront of your mind at that time. So here it's saying just be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, seek harmony, seek fulfillment, seek nurture and protection of your own heart here. And really a lot of it could come from yourself as well. It could come from people around you, given that we've got that Libra balancing energy, but it could also be coming from your own fantasy thinking as well. So Cancer, I hope you have a beautiful week ahead, and I will see you again at next week. Welcome Leo, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs. I'm going to be reading the astrology chart for you for the month of April, as well as reading through your cards that I've pre-selected for you. Now I'm starting from the 7th of April, where we have Mercury is finally coming out of its retrograde. It's going to station on the 7th, and it will move direct on the 9th. It will move forward again. So the energy, if you've been struggling with that Mercury energy, that Mercury retrograde, then it's going to bring a little bit of reprieve on the 9th of April. We also have the Venus in retrograde, also in Pisces, sitting together in conjunction, and it will move into a station position on the 13th of April for a couple of days, and it will move direct again on the 15th of April. Now this can affect your relationships, your balance, your harmony between work-life balance, between your body and soul. There's a lot of balance issues that need to be considered here at this time. Going with the flow here, because it's in Pisces, it could be a lot of thought, a lot of fantasy thinking. It could be really just trust in the universe here. A lot of thought about spirituality as well could be coming into place, as taking place in Pisces. Now Pisces for Leo is your 6th house, so it can indicate your service to others, can be talking about your health here as well. Maybe you're looking at some alternate health solutions for yourself, alternate ways of healing at this time. Now we have the full moon in Libra on the 13th of April, and this is asking you to bring into balance and alignment, find some harmony within your emotions, within your relationships at this time. It will form, the new moon will be on the 28th, and that will be in Taurus, and this will bring a feeling of for some reason for you it feels like completion, even though I know the new moon means sitting down and making new goals for the new month. So perhaps you're going to be very successful this month in completing your past goals, and you're needing to make some brand new goals. So since that's sitting in Taurus, it's probably a really good time to make goals about your comfort zone, what brings you pleasure, what brings you looking at your senses and how you feel comfortable in life, and think about some goals that's going to make you more comfortable in the life that you have. Now in your sign, Leo, we're going to have the Mars moving into your sign on the 19th of April. This is going to bring in a whole bunch of new energy, fresh new energy coming your way from the 19th, as that Mars energy brings stamina. It brings a burst of energy for you to move forward with your goals here. Could bring a level of impatience here as well, and it could also make you feel like you're just loading the jobs or the duties or the goals and really just piling yourself up with a lot to do. Could bring in desires or new desires coming your way around the 19th about how you're going to move forward and move through any challenges that you've experienced in the last month. We've got lots of abundance on the table for you with the Knights of Pentacles, so really powerful, strong cards on the table for you, Leo, at this time. Now we've got that coming in with the Mars into Leo on the 19th. Before that, we'll have Mercury moving into Aries on the 17th. Mercury moves into a fellow Sun sun sign. So here this energy is going to trine your energy and going to help you. So lots of new ideas coming your way. Aries, of course, is impulsive. It's really action orientated. It wants to get things done now. So these new ideas that's coming into play, it's going to be hit by lots of fire signs. Of course, the Mars with the Mars in your sign and the Mercury in the Aries sign. It's going to mean new ideas, but action to carry them through. So really great time to get things done, but be aware of overdoing it, overloading yourself with too many burdens, too many to-do jobs, and too much energy going on. You may be too impatient and be taking on a lot more than what you can actually ideally handle here with this. So making sure you've got a lot of balance here, as we have that moon in the full moon will be in Libra on the 13th. So really making sure you're balancing your physical body with your mental body, going to be really important for you, I feel. Now Mercury moving into Aries on the 17th is going to be conjunct with Neptune. Neptune, of course, is letting go and dissolving anything that's not working for you. This could be taking place around the 17th, and this is all taking place in Aries. So Aries for you, Leo, is going to be your 5th house, finding creativity, finding pleasure, finding fun. These are the kind of things that you're going to maybe consider letting go of, things that you don't enjoy anymore, you don't get any enjoyment out of, or things that are blocking your creative flow. We will have the Sun conjunct Chiron at this time also, and it will be squaring Mars in Cancer. So this is prior to the 19th, before it moves into your sign. So this energy is quite intense. It says that it's time just to really protect your feelings at this time, and seek harmony and balance in all of your doings at this time. So the other cards that we have on the table for you is signs from heaven. So keep an eye out for different signs. You could be working on your mediumship abilities at this time as well, getting more knowledge or information about the spiritual or about other realms, or about other ways of being or other psychic gifts that you could be developing at this time. Seeking more information about anything that you're getting involved in at this time. Being very compassionate. I feel that's that energy that I mentioned about being kind and nurturing to yourself. Really taking a sensitive approach. Now this is Pisces energy, and Pisces, as I said, for you is going to be your 6th house. So this is your service to others. So being really sensitive to other people at this time, particularly around the time of the full moon in Libra, which will be the 13th of April. Again, we're looking at past events, reevaluating how far you've done. We've had a lot of reevaluation happening with the 2 retrogrades in Pisces. Pisces, of course, 6th house for you is going to be your health. You could have been evaluating how you've looked after yourself, your well-being, and of course thinking about other ways of finding better well-being in your current, and comparing how you were in the past when it comes to your health. So here, lots of new information coming for you, lots of research around health, research around new therapies or new harmonic ways of being. So thank you for joining me, Leo. I hope that makes sense. I hope you have a beautiful month ahead, and I will see you again next month. Welcome Virgo, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs to your astrology reading for the month of April. I'm going to be taking a look at the planets in the sky and working out which ones may be affecting you most at this time. So there is a little bit going on in the charts at the moment, and of course where a lot of activity taking place in your opposition house. There's a beautiful stellium happening over there in Pisces, which of course is going to be for you your 7th house of relationships. So a lot of energy over there that could bring in a little bit of power struggles here, a little bit of dominance needing to be asserted, or working out a flex of willpower within relationships here. Perhaps you feel like you've let a lot of yourself go within your relationship and you're trying to find yourself there. There may be even a little bit of despair or bitterness, and you're really trying to liberate yourself from where you feel you've lost yourself at this time. Maybe you're needing to delegate and find a bit more balance in the fairness within relationships around you. But I don't despair, Libra. I do have some beautiful cards here coming up for you. Now, starting with the beginning of the month, we're starting with the 7th today. This is the Mercury in retrograde. It's finally moving stations today, and then it will move forward again on the 9th of April. So if you've been struggling with that Mercury retrograde, having trouble with computers or phones or social media or your communication, then you'll find some reprieve from that after the 9th. If you've been getting ideas and reevaluating certain parts of your life, now's the time to move forward with them after the 9th. Now we have also in retrograde is Venus. Venus will move into a stationary position on the 13th, and then it will begin its forward direct motion on the 15th of April. This of course affects your balance, it affects your love. It's the planet of love, it's a planet of luxury and beauty as well. So anything related to beauty, to money, to luxury, or to love and harmony will be affected at this time. Maybe you've been quietly reevaluating some of these things and you're ready to move forward with some of these ideas after the 15th. Now the full moon will be in Libra on the 13th. Of course, Libra is ruled by Venus, so Libra is quite busy with its energy over this time. Libra of course means balance and harmony, so this full moon on the 13th is really asking you to really think about harmonizing your life, thinking about your heart here, thinking about the fairness and balance within relationships. Also a little bit of fairness and balance in between work life and play life here as well. On the 17th of April, we'll have Mercury moving into Aries. This, of course, is energy around impulsiveness when it comes to thoughts and ideas. It will be conjuncting Neptune wanting to dissolve or let things go here. So there'll be a bit of impulsive energy to let things go, ideas and thoughts coming in around those thoughts about what you need to let go of, but perhaps you need to be a little bit more flowing with the universe here. Could be also some thoughts around your spirituality and being open to the guidance of the universe at this time. So a little bit of cleansing I feel is also going to be relevant and important at this time. Any bitterness that has been going on, I feel a little bit of heavy energy around you, so it's time to now cleanse your mind, body and home at this time. Now maybe there's been feelings of the path not taken, or regrets within relationships, regrets within your life. So it's saying don't you still need to honor those things that's been part of your life, but be open to new positive changes coming your way. Now on the 19th, we'll have Mars in Leo. Mars was going to move into a fire sign, bringing a lot more energy. Now for you, Leo is going to be your second house. Energy coming and sparking up in your area of confidence, your self-confidence. So where you've been feeling lacking in confidence, or feeling like you can't find yourself lately, feeling like haven't got the skills you feel like you need to have, feeling like you don't have the resources that you like, this energy is going to spark up and move up a level, move up a gear from the believe it's the 19th of April when it moves into Leo. So this is really good energy coming your way, so be open to this beautiful energy that's coming from the 19th. Now we also have on the 20th, the sun's going to move into Taurus. We'll be in Taurus season. Earth sign, of course, is going to be much more fitting energy for you, Virgo. So I feel after the 19th and the 20th, this is where the energy is really going to be feeling much more relaxing for you, Virgo. Taurus energy is quite relaxing. It's energy around comfort zone and finding simple pleasures in life. Quite much more suited to your energy. I feel it's going to be much more about centering in on your own little world, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, removing any issues around willpower and other people's ideals being enforced on you, liberating yourself from those kind of ideals, delegating, of course, any area where you're feeling like you're taking on too much, and really just letting other people take on a little bit for you or do their fair share of the work. This is where the balance and harmony is going to be taking place from around about the 13th of April, when we have that full moon in Libra. Now the moon's going to be following the sun into Taurus. The sun moves into Taurus, of course, on the 20th, and then the moon will be following through on the 28th, also to form a conjunction, and of course the new moon. So the new moon is a perfect time to sit down and make your plans for the month ahead, thinking about what brings you simple pleasures, simple enjoyment in life, what brings you a comfortable life, and really focusing on those ideals of what is going to make you feel good about your life, and make that your priority when it comes to your planning for the month ahead. So I hope you have a beautiful month, Virgo. I will see you again next month. Welcome, Libra. sun, moon and ascendant signs to your astrology reading for the month of April. I'm going to be taking a look at what the planets are doing and which ones are going to be most affecting you over this month. Now, there is quite a lot of heavy energy taking place on the cardinal signs, so I'm going to go through that and let you know that how that's going to affect you over the month of April. Of course, you play it out in your own way, and you of course have free will to make your own choices here. Now, I'm starting with the 7th of April. We have that Mercury retrograde. Now, that does affect you, Libra, because Mercury represents an air sign, so it's all about thoughts and ideas coming in. Now, being in retrograde, it's a time of evaluating and thinking about things, going within and really thinking about it. Now, it's going to station on the 7th and it will move forward again on the 9th. So it's time then to move forward with any ideas that you've had after the 9th of April. We have beautiful Venus, your ruler, is also in retrograde. Now, this also, of course, affects you because it's your ruler. It is sitting over there in Pisces. Pisces for you, Libra, is going to be your 8th house. This is going deep and dark with all that personal stuff, sharing yourself with another person, really getting in deep with somebody, allowing them to understand you, to really get close to you and share yourself in a very personal way with someone close to you. Romance on the table here. Really sharing all your vulnerabilities here, your insecurities. Could be a time as we find this energy taking place, this beautiful stellium that's occurring in your 8th house. These retrogrades are also taking place in your 8th house of sharing yourself deeply with another person. It could also be sharing money as well here, sharing all the little insecurities about yourself in a relationship. So the retrograde for Venus, your ruler, stations on the 13th, and it moves in a forward direction on the 15th. So this is where it comes into play around love, around beauty, around compassion, around balance and harmony here. Diplomatic approach to the situation as well, I'm feeling for you. So really after the 19th, it really starts to move forward again, where we've been in a stage of evaluating your romance, evaluating your relationships around you. Now, compassion is hit twice on your cards. We've got the king in the upright position, the King of Cups, and he's a very compassionate ruler. He leads with a compassionate hand, thinking about others very carefully, as do you, Libra. So it's very fitting to your energy. Now, the compassion and sensitive approach of the Pisces is also on the table for you, and it's really just wanting to talk about this beautiful stellium of planets that's taking place in Pisces at the moment, being the retrograde of Venus, the retrograde of Mercury, with that stubbornness of Saturn saying you can accomplish and get through any situation. We also have the North Node sitting there as well. Now, we have had Neptune finally move out of Pisces, out of your 8th house, so dissolving anything. Neptune, of course, is about going with the flow of the universe, but it's also about letting go and dissolving things that don't work for you anymore. This has been playing out in your 8th house, and as it moves into Aries, it's going to be moving into your 7th house, your 7th house of relationships. This is why it's becoming a really forward focus part of your situation in April, because it's energy of Neptune in your 7th house is really just saying really focus on this. As it moves into Aries, it's really saying we need to focus on our relationships, focus on the balance and harmony in the relationship, focus on the things that no longer work for you as a relationship. What things do you need to move forward? What insecurities do you now need to let go of in your relationship here? We have the full moon in Libra going to be in your 1st house, Libra, for those ascendant signs on the 13th as it comes into its opposition with Aries. So it's going to be sitting in your 1st house as the energy over there in Aries. Let me move forward to the 13th so I can check on my program here. We have the sun going to be sitting in Aries, as well as Chiron, which is past wounds, past hurts, past insecurity, sitting over there, sitting in opposition with the moon. And the moon, of course, represents your feelings and your emotions. So really coming into balance with that. And it's time now to let go of past hurts, past pains, past insecurities. They're no longer needed in your relationships moving forward. We have the sun in Taurus on the 20th of April. as we move into Taurus season, bringing in a time of contentment, a time of just soft energy, slower energy about finding your comfort zone, finding your sensual pleasures at this time. It will be followed by the moon on the 28th of April as we have that new moon energy, as there's a conjunction between the sun and the moon. So it's really a time to make your new goals and plans for the month ahead, but really think about what brings you pleasure and fulfillment in your life, what makes you feel content and feels like you're in your comfort zone, finding a bit more contentment in your life and making that part of your goals for the month ahead. Now on the 17th, we'll have Mercury move into Aries. Aries for you, of course, Libra, as I said, was your 7th house of relationships. So we've got a little bit more of a stellium happening in your relationship house. We're going to have Pisces, Neptune there, wanting to dissolve anything that's not working in your relationship. We also have Chiron that you've been working through with any past traumas or past pain. We have, at that time, will still be the sun sitting there, wanting to shine a light on those situations. We'll have Mercury moving into that stellium, sitting in your opposition in your 7th house of relationships, saying it's time now to give some thought to these ideas. You'll have lots of and it also represents a time of communication as well, compassionate communication at this time. Once it moves in on the 17th, it will be conjunct Neptune, therefore it will be thinking about what you need to let go within relationships, your insecurities that no longer serve you. As the sun will be conjunct Chiron and squaring Mars in Cancer at this time. So squaring that Mars energy in Cancer may make you feel like you just want to retreat, hide in your shell. It may also mean that you need to really nurture and protect your feelings at this time, nurture and protect your heart at this time. But most importantly is seek more harmony and balance within your relationships during this month of April. Now we've also got on the table for you setting goals and stepping stones. I feel this is in once we had that new moon on the 28th, and really focusing on the new ideas of what brings you harmony, what improves your life, what makes you feel like you're content and in your comfort zone, how you're going to best improve your life, home and body at this time, and make that part of your goals on the 28th of April. So Libra, I hope you have a beautiful week ahead, and I will see you again next month. From Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs to your astrology reading for the month of April. I'm going to be letting you know what the planets are doing in the skies over this time and which ones may be affecting you the most. I'm also going to be reading your cards that I've pre-selected for you, and we do absolutely have some beautiful cards coming up on the table for you, Scorpio, for the month of April. I'm going to start from the 7th of April, where we have that Mercury retrograde finally stationing. So if you've been struggling with that Mercury retrograde when it comes to communication with your phone, your computer, your social media, your communication or meetings, it's finally stationing on the 7th and will move in a forward direct motion from the 9th. This will bring you a bit of relief, or relieving you from the struggles that you have been experiencing. We also have a retrograde. Venus has also been in retrograde. It'll station on the 13th of April and move in a forward motion on the 15th of April. Venus, of course, is a planet of love. It affects your relationships, affects your balance and harmony. It can affect money, it can affect luxury, anything related to beauty here as well. Now we have this beautiful full moon in Libra, and what we've got on the table is the moon card, wanting us to really focus on that Libra energy on the 13th of April. Now Libra for you is going to be, so the full moon in Libra for you, Scorpio, is going to be your 12th house, and this is about letting things go, things coming to an end of a cycle, but also being really flowy with the energy and just going with the flow of the universe here is really important at this time. And absolutely is what the cards are saying down the bottom. It's saying really just go with the flow of this energy this month. Relax, don't stress too much. It's quite prosperous energy when you look at it. It's good luck energy as long as you're going with the flow of the universe at this time. So that's that Libra Libra full moon on the 13th is playing out in your 12th house. Now it's going to be forming an opposition with Aries, where the sun is sitting in Aries, and so is Chiron. I feel that's affecting you a lot less than the moon, of course. The moon's going to be where the heavy energies are going to be for you. As you're trying to balance that energy, given that it is Libra energy, find it really balance your emotions at this time. Really just go with the flow here. Don't try to fight against it. Don't try to become too emotionally or watch those mood swings at this time during April. Now we'll have on the 17th of April, Mercury is going to move into Aries. Aries for you is going to be your 6th house, where you'll have a lot more focus on service to others, how you help others, caring for other people, caring for children, elderly, people less fortunate than you, also animals as well. But it can also talk about your health as well. Energy really focused more upon your health at this time, as that Mercury moves into Aries. Now Mercury, of course, is all about communication, communicating your ideas, communicating with others that you're helping, or lots more ideas and thoughts coming in around your health at this time. It will be conjunct Neptune, so that will be about letting go of things that no longer serve you when it comes to your health, no longer work for you the way it used to work for you. So perhaps you're needing to relook at a few things, revisit a few things when it comes to your health at this time. Now we've got the Sun conjunct Chiron at this time, also squaring Mars in Cancer. That's a water sign, so that energy will affect you because it's going to be trining your energy. This Mars energy in Cancer is a water sign, so it's going to be very helpful to you. Gives you a bit more energy to overcome these things. This is going to be your 9th house. This is about your exploration. It's about your higher education. It's about your philosophical thinking. It can be about tarot and astrology. It can be about really thinking about overseas travel. Could be also coming up for you. Trying to really just relax as well. Maybe you're needing a bit of a nice, beautiful getaway there for you. Now, the other cards that we have, of course, is good luck. I'm going to take a look at Jupiter. Jupiter is in Gemini. Gemini for you is going to be your, Scorpio. Gemini is going to be your 8th house. This is about sharing yourself with another person, but a lot of luck and expansion coming up around that. Could be shared wealth as well, and wealth, family income, inheritances, that kind of thing. Shared money. It could be partnerships as well. Anything around shared money could be really heightened over this month of April for you. But as long as you're going with the flow and not getting too stressed out about any kind of situation, I feel like things are going to go quite well for you at this time. But really just giving a little bit of thought to your emotional well-being, your emotional balance. Try not to stress too much. Try not to get too moody at this time. Really try to just really go with the flow here with this water energy and be very flowy in your emotions at this time. I hope you have a beautiful week ahead, Scorpio, and I will see you again next month. Welcome, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs. I'm to your reading, astrology reading for the month of April. I'm going to be looking at the planets and letting you know which ones are going to be affecting you most this month. So I'm also going to be reading a little bit of tarot for you as well. Now I'm going to just be starting with the 7th of April. We have Mercury finally coming out of its retrograde. So if you've been struggling with that retrograde around communication, around your speech, around computers or social media, then it's finally giving you a little bit of reprieve here from the 7th as it stations and moves in a forward direct motion from the 9th. We've also had Venus is also currently in retrograde. It will station on the 13th and it will move forward on the 15th. It represents, of course, the planet of love, harmony, balance, luxury, beauty, and money. So all of these things you've been self-evaluating, giving a little bit of thought to, really been focused on in an internal way. Now it moves forward on the 15th in a time for you to be able to move forward and face your fears with some of the things that you've been thinking about around beauty, around harmony, around balance, things that give you a little bit more balance in your life, whether that means work-play balance, whether that means balance between what you do for yourself versus what you do for others, or whether that's just harmony within relationships. But these things are saying it's time to have that courage, have that strength to face your fear and conquer your fears head on with this energy here. Now this has been taking place in Pisces. Pisces for you is the planets are in Pisces. Quite a beautiful stellium sitting there in Pisces. We've got the Mercury retrograde, we've got Venus retrograde, we've also got the North Node, and we've got Saturn in retrograde. So for you Sagittarius, this is your 4th house of home and family. So a lot has possibly been going on around your house, around your home, around your family. But the retrograde movement moving forward is going to bring a little bit of relief here to finally move forward with some of the ideas that you've been coming up with. Maybe you've been thinking about finding some balance in your home, finding some compromise within your family members. Maybe you've been thinking about doing a complete renovation or changing some color schemes within your home. But after the 15th, it's time to move forward with those ideas. Of course, because we have that Venus is all about beauty taking place in your house, in your home sign. So sorry, in your 4th house, which represents your home and family. So maybe you've been thinking about getting a better pleasing aesthetic going on within your home, finding something that's more suitable to you, a bit more balance, a bit more brings you a bit more joy and a bit more love and luxury looking within your home. So really facing the fears and moving forward with these situations. We have got on the 17th of April, Mercury will be moving into Aries. Now Aries for you, Sagittarius, is going to be your 5th house. This is energy around your creativity, energy around how you find fun, pleasure and joy. Now with this Mercury moving into Aries is saying that you're going to be really getting a lot more ideas around this. You might be talking about it more, your creativity, talking about things that you really love and enjoy and find pleasure in. Now it will be conjunct with Neptune. Neptune, of course, is really aligned to the universe. So these creativity energy could be really aligned to the universe or the flow of the universe. It could also be coming directly from spirit here as well. But it could also be about you going with the flow when it comes to finding what lights you up, what makes you feel good, what brings you pleasure in your life. Now we've got on the 19th of April, Mars will be moving into Leo. So Leo house, this is about your exploration, about finding yourself in a big way, higher learning, astrology and tarot. It can be about traveling overseas, philosophical thinking. So maybe you're going to be thinking a little bit more about that. I'm also feeling Sagittarius for you. You're going to really need to stand up for yourself. We've got the Emperor in the upright position saying you need to stand your ground on something. Be brave and face your fears about what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you, about fairness and compromise. Where have you been compromising but somebody else hasn't been compromising? Needs to be a bit more fairness and balance within all of your dealings with all of your relationships. Instead of being always the one to compromise here, it's saying that perhaps others are going to need to compromise a little bit here. Be fearless, stand up for what you believe in, stand up for what you think is the right thing to do in this situation. Now we have a full moon in Libra on the 13th. Here the full moon in Libra is also bringing in that fairness and compromise within relationships, because Libra, of course, is all about balance. It's about harmony. It's about diplomacy. It's about fairness and compromise within relationships. So this is really about you taking a look at what's been fair for you versus what's been fair against other people. What have you been putting into a relationship and what's other people been putting into a relationship? I'm not just talking about partners or romantic partners. I'm talking about all of your relationships or dealings here. So here it's saying also with this Sagittarius energy and facing your fears with that Mars energy. As that Mars moves into Leo, it sparks up this beautiful new passionate energy, this big vibrant energy of 9th house. You may be getting some more ideas about traveling overseas, or passion and inspiration, stamina and energy coming into your life around your philosophies, around the urge to learn something new when it comes to tarot or astrology or those philosophical thinking. So a bit more higher learning maybe is on the cards for you, or a bit more thought into those things, and really just facing your fears and moving in and moving forward if that's something that you want to do. We have the new moon in Taurus on the 28th. Now this will be beautiful relaxing energy. I feel Taurus energy is quite it's a slow energy, it's earth energy. It's all about comfortability. It's about being in your comfort zone, thinking about what makes you feel good, your sensual pleasures, all that coming into play here. Now, being that it's the 28th and it's a new moon, it's time to sit down and make some ideas and some goals for the month ahead for May. So think about where your life needs to be more comfortable, where you need to find sensual pleasures, where you need to feel like your life really feels good to you. This is what you need to focus on when you're making your goals. Now we've got the sun moves into Taurus on the 20th, so again we're re-highlighting that energy for the next month ahead. So really think about how you could take advantage of this energy, and think about how you can move your life into something a little bit more comfortable for you. Think about sensual pleasures and what makes you feel good at this time. So there's a bit of energy on the table here. As I look at the other cards for you here, we've got the perspective, and that's the moon. So we're going to take a look at the moon energy. We've looked at the new moon and the full moon. Full moon in Libra is all about balance and harmony within relationships. New moon in Taurus is about setting goals and intentions for comfortable or a beautiful comfortable life and what feels good to you. So also in April, we're going to be working on heightened intuition, especially around that new moon and full moon, and we're really just changing your perspectives on what maybe you was more about moving forward with this conquering energy becomes more about moving forward in a harmonious way, given that we've got the full moon in Libra, or we've got the new moon in Taurus being more about smaller, simple pleasures. So changing your focus, instead of focusing on conquering and moving forward with goals, and thinking about just being more sensual, being more about pleasures, being more about balance and harmony, being more about moving forward with what just feels good and comfortable in your life. Now we could be having a bit more communication with spirit here as your intuition increases at this time. A bit more stronger communication going on there. Sagittarius, I hope you have a beautiful week ahead, and I will see you again next month. Welcome Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs. I'm going to be taking a look at the astrology chart and letting you know which planets may be affecting you most this month. Also giving you messages from your tarot reading that I've pre-selected for you. Now there's quite a lot of activity taking place on the cardinal signs which do affect you. We've got a full moon coming up on the 13th sitting in Libra. Of course that is going to be squaring your energy, so you're going to feel that one. I'm also looking at other earth signs. We've got a lot of activity coming up around Taurus, so that's going to be trining your energy. It's going to be very helpful energy to you when I'm talking about the Taurus energy that's taking place over the month of April. First of all, on the cards, I'm noticing for you that you've also got to face your fears and conquer your fears here. So that's really important for you, Capricorn, as you're being able to be brave to move forward with whatever it is that you're endeavoring to do. Now, starting with the start of the month, I'm starting with the 7th of April. Mercury is finally moving out of retrograde. It stations on the 7th and moves forward from the 9th. Now, if you've been struggling with Mercury when it comes to computers, social media, communication, then you'll find a little bit of relief after the 9th of April. We also have Venus that's also been in retrograde. It will station on the 13th of April and move forward from the 15th. This represents things such as harmony and balance in your life, whether that's within relationships or whether that's finding balance and harmony between what you do for yourself versus what you do for other people, or whether that's harmony and balance within your work play, whether that's your body, mind and spirit, and finding balance and harmony there. It also represents love, because Venus is the planet of love. It's also about beauty. It can be about luxury, and it can be about money affected here as well. But this brings relief after the 15th when it moves forward again. We have a full moon in Libra on the 13th, and this is really bringing the time of focus to be about finding this harmony and balance. This is taking place in a cardinal sign, so it does deeply affect you. It's taking place in Libra, and for you Capricorn, this is your 10th house of career. So this may affect your public role, what you do in your life, your career and your job. So really trying to get a bit more better balance going on here within your working life, and finding that better harmony and balance. Now, because we've got the moon there, it's also could bring a bit of emotional overload here, and really trying to balance out those emotions a little bit better at this time. Now I'm taking a look also, there's a fair bit going on these cardinal lines here. We've got the squaring with that Mars energy as it sits in Cancer. Now Mars is quite a strong energy. It's about facing your fears. It can be a conquering energy, Mars. It's a bit more ambition. It's stamina. It's energy. It's really pushing you, propelling you forward here. It is sitting in Cancer. So over this time of this full moon that's taking place in Libra, it's also going to be squaring the energy of Mars, bringing in more pushiness, more forcefulness that could be feeling like it's active energy really just heating up here. And it's also related to the Sun sitting in opposition to that in Aries. Aries for you, of course, Capricorn is going to be your 4th house. So really trying to get that beautiful balance between your home life and your work life. That's going to be really important at this time. So we have on the 17th of April, Mercury is going to be moving into Aries. Of course, again, it's another cardinal sign, so it is going to be affecting you. Aries is representing things like social media. It can be sales, marketing, advertising, but can be also communication here as well. Meetings, things like clear communication, learning new skills as well. Information processing is all important and relevant here, and will deeply affect you as it sits on that cardinal line, squaring your energy there. So across from you in your opposition house is currently still sitting Mars. Mars has been in your relationship house. Mars can be extra passion. Mars can be extra impulsive energy within relationships. It can be an extra burst of stamina in your relationships. It can also be conflict and competition in relationships as well. But you're going to find a little bit of relief once that Mars exits your relationship house, and it will move into Leo on the 19th of April. So you'll find a little bit of relief after the 19th. We also have on the 20th, Taurus the sun's going to move into Taurus, and we'll be moving into Taurus season. Also going to be affecting you because it's trining your energy, given that it's another earth sign. So it's going to be helping you. This sun energy in Taurus is here to help you feel like you're doing something with your soul. What lights your soul up? How can you express yourself and shine here? This is all coming into play after the 20th when we go into Taurus season. So beautiful energy after that. Now up until then, I feel this bit of king in the reverse could be a little bit of intense energy when it comes to relationships around you, but I feel that kind of plateaus out after the 19th as it kind of softens a little bit, perhaps bringing in a little bit of resilience and forgiveness there, and moving into that energy of optimism after that towards the end of the month. We also had the sun conjuncting the Mercury when it moves into Aries on the 17th. Aries for you, of course, Capricorn is your 4th house of family and home. It's going to be lots of ideas coming up around what you could do in your home, changes to your home, maybe ideas and better communication within your family dynamics here. It will also be conjunct your Chiron, which is, of course, it's going to be conjuncting Chiron sitting over there in Aries. So, of course, it's going to be bringing in energy around working through past traumas, past programming when it comes to your past and your 4th house of how you were raised. So lots of energy happening for you. Now, let's take a look at your other cards. So, a little bit of procrastination going on. I feel that's going to be more stable energy towards after the 19th of April. We're going to be more into that procrastination energy, slower energy about finding beautiful, karmic energy of comfortableness, comfort zone, your sensual pleasures here. But it could be a whole new start when it comes to collaborating and working. Because you're both earth signs, it could be like really just finding the tribe, finding the people that you're going to best work with to be able to get your projects off the ground, your new starts to the new beginnings that you're planning. So thank you, Capricorn. I hope you have a beautiful week ahead, and I will see you again next month. Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs to your astrology reading for the month of April. I'm going to be looking at where the planets are sitting at the moment and which ones may be affecting you most at this time. I'm also going to be just reading your tarot as well to give you a further insights around that. Now, the cards want me to really focus on some of these air signs, really about what Mercury is doing. So when I talk about Mercury, I feel it's going to be really important for your reading here, Aquarius. We've got some new ideas coming in as well. We've got a lot of swords on the table, so a lot of really Mercury air sign energy. Of course, you're an air sign, so that would make sense. So let's get into your reading. I'm going to start from Mercury, of course. Mercury is finally going forward. It's been retrograde right up until today, which is the 7th of April. It will go station today and it will move into a forward direct motion from the 9th. So this is going to bring you much more relief in your thoughts. You're going to be able to think a lot clearer. I feel you've been a little bit cloudy in your thinking here. You've been blindfolded here. There's some things that you need to release, and you've been thinking about what you maybe need to let go of, or letting go of that after the 9th, we're going to be letting go of that cloudy judgment or that cloudy thoughts that's been going on. I feel your direction is going to be much stronger after the 9th. I feel you're going to be more determined or more able to better visualize where you're going from here. There's been a few setbacks around you, Aquarius, a bit of doubt. Maybe you've been doubting yourself, a few setbacks, but I feel like that's going to, the blindfolds and those are going to be released after the 9th when we finally have that Mercury moving forward. Now also we've had Venus also retrograde. It'll station on the 13th of April and it will move forward in its forward direct movement from the 15th. Venus, of course, is the planet of love. It represents balance and harmony. It represents love. It represents luxury and money as well. And I feel like these things can be affected, but again, it's going to bring a little bit of relief in those areas after the 15th. Now, these have been playing as part of a beautiful stellium that's been taking place in Pisces. Pisces for you is your second house. Second house, which represents your skills, your confidence level, and your resources and how you make your money. So this is not surprising to me when I'm seeing this self-doubt and these setbacks here around your second house. Second house of making money, second house of your confidence and your skills here. I feel like this is going to increase and going to lift after this time once the Mercury starts moving forward, because of course all these retrogrades that have been occurring in Pisces. Pisces is for you, of course, your second house. So this really does make sense to me that after the 9th is going to bring a little bit of relief once the Mercury is moving forward, and then we're going to bring to further relief once the after the 15th when Venus moves forward. Now Venus really does also represent money and luxury as well, and so does the second house. The second house represents money and resources and how you make your money, of course. So any setbacks that you've had over this time up until the 13th will improve after the 15th as well. So other things that are notable that's going to be important for you will be the full moon in Libra on the 13th. So once this full moon goes into Libra, that's and it is making a lot of aspects at that time. It is aspecting Mars in Cancer, indicating that you really need to just protect your heart and feelings at this time. Let go of any negative self-talk. I feel that's for you. It's been doubting and self-talk. You need to release that, especially around that full moon time on the 13th of April when it is sitting in a beautiful, harmonious Libra. Now we had the new moon, which is also important. The sun will move into Taurus on the 20th of April, bringing us into Taurus season, which is beautiful, harmonic energy. It's kind of softer energy around comfort zone, energy around finding sensual pleasures and simple pleasures in life. So the mood slows down a lot more here, and I'm feeling like it's a time of relief coming in around that time. So you can really just focus in on what makes you feel good, what makes your life feel more comfortable here, especially when we have that full moon on the 28th and you're making your goals for the month ahead. Think about how you're going to have more simple pleasures in life. Simplify your life as much as you can and really focus on goals that represent comfort zone for you for the next month ahead. Now we have some other big placements coming up. We've got after the Taurus, Leo, Mars is going to move into Leo after the 7th. This of course is your 7th house of relationships. Mars is moving into your relationship house on the 19th of April. This is a big deal for you because Mars can bring extra passion, but it can bring conflicts and competition within relationships. It can bring extra energy in your relationships, forcing you to bring more attention to your relationships or partnerships here. It's going to give you a lot more stamina to deal with certain situations in your relationships as well. Now Mercury will move into Aries on the 17th of April. Now Aries for you is going to be your 3rd house of communication, which makes sense here with this the Mercury, because here Mercury is also about communication. So Mercury moving in, and it's on the table, so it's saying it's significant to you, it's important, represents air signs, so of course it's about communications, it's about the way you think, it's about the ideas coming in. So I feel like we're going to get a bit of relief from the 9th, but then we're going to get further relief from the 17th once it moves into Aries, and it's about moving those ideas and thoughts that you've had and moving them into action, because Aries is all about action. It's about doing. Can be impulsive, but it is saying from the 17th it's time to start moving forward with some of the ideas that you've had up to this time. New ideas of course are on the table, so new ideas are coming up around you, but we're moving forward with those after the 17th of April. Now we have a bit more enjoyment and pleasure as we move into this Taurus energy from the 19th and 20th. It moves into the 20th, it will move into Taurus season, but on the 28th we'll have the new moon in Taurus. So this energy is really about focusing on simple pleasures, enjoyments, how you feel content in your life, and that's going to be the focus for the rest of the month. So Aquarius, I hope you have a beautiful month ahead, and I will see you again next month. Welcome Pisces, Sun, Moon and Ascendant signs to your astrology reading for the month of April. I'm going to be taking a look at where the planets are and which ones may be affecting you most over this time. I'll also be reading your tarot, which I've pre-selected, and giving you further insights into the month of April. So there is a lot of activity playing out in your first house, Pisces. Now when I talk about houses, of course I'm talking about the ascendant signs. A lot of activity there. We've had both Mercury and Venus sitting in your first house, both in retrograde, forcing you to take a lot of internal thought, reevaluation certain situations around your ideas and thoughts, but also around your love life or around your balance and harmony in your life. So balancing your love and your career, or balancing your heart with your head. So lots of balancing been going on, an inner thought, inner reflection here. Now on the 7th of April, Mercury is finally stationing, and it will move forward again on the 9th of April. This will bring you some relief with your thoughts and being able to be a bit more or less foggy with your thinking. On the 13th of April, Venus will station, and it will move in a forward motion from the 15th. This is going to help balance out things around relationships. Now we can see here we've got the Lovers and the Choices. So I've been thinking about certain decisions around relationships, thoughts and ideas, but we're going to get a bit more clarity in that. Try not to do anything prior to the 15th of April, because we're going to get a bit more clarity of thought, a bit of clarity of expression coming up around that, especially when it comes to balance and harmony, whether that's love life and work life, balance within relationships, balance within what you do for yourself versus what you do for other people, or balancing mind, body and spirit. So we've got some decisions to make around those topics, and they may be a little bit overwhelming, but it's about going with the flow of Pisces energy and letting the universe help guide you in your direction here. Now we've finally had Neptune, your ruler, has finally stepped out and moved into Aries. Aries for you being your 2nd house, moving into how your confidence levels and how you make your money. So really just focusing on dissolving anything that's not working for you in those spaces. We've got some beautiful inspirational energy coming your way with the Ace of Wands, and maybe perhaps completing and finally moving past things that you've been trying to get through in the past. So completing projects, completing relationships, and really just being open to new inspiration coming forward to you. Quite creative energy coming forward for you with this artistry and this Libra energy. So really focusing on the creativity energy here, the beauty and the charm as well. Now we have that Libra energy, which is going to be relevant and important given that it's on your cards. We have a full moon in Libra on the 13th, really getting you to focus your emotions here. Focus on balancing and harmonizing your emotions or your relationships here. Going to be really important around the 13th. Now on the 20th of April, we have the Sun moving into Taurus season, where you're going to be focusing on making the choices and decisions around how to get more comfort and sensual, simple pleasures in your life. So these could be some of the topics coming up for you. The moon's going to be following the sun on the 28th as it moves into Taurus and gives us our new moon, where we're going to be making our goals. Our goals are going to be focused on what's going to bring you more comfort and more simple pleasures in your life. How to simplify your life is going to be really important, and really just be open to new ideas, new creative energy coming through at this time. We're going to be releasing because we've had that Neptune, and Neptune's about dissolving. Neptune's moving into your second house here, so it's about breaking free from anything that's been making you feel like you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're not confident, or you don't have the skills. You're going to be letting those feelings go as Neptune works to dissolve those negative self-talk for you. So Mercury is going to be moving into Aries on the 17th. It will be conjunct Neptune, of course. That's going to be very important. So lots of new ideas coming up about skills that you want to anticipate, engage in. So Mercury can indicate new skills, new learning new things. And as this is moving into Aries, your second house, you could be working on getting brand new skills coming up, new learning around getting more confident or getting more skillful, being able to be a little bit more resourceful here as well. But I feel like there's going to be beautiful energy coming your way once you release things that have been making you feel like the negative self-talk for one thing, or things that don't feel right to you. Allow Neptune to finally release those things out of your life, especially when it comes to confidence or your skills or feeling like you're not worthy. Let Neptune do its job and remove that negative self-talk. Break free from those feelings. Instead, be open to new ideas, new ventures, new choices and new decisions based on the goals that you're going to be setting, which is going to be more simplified living, also simplified or feeling more comfortable in your own skin is going to be really important at this time. Make that your goals and let Neptune do its job and help you make the decisions that need to be made at this time. Hope you have a beautiful month ahead, Pisces. I will see you again next month.